Welcome back to Golf Xtra. Brooks Koepka just won his 5th major at the PGA Championship at Oak Hill. It was a return to the spotlight for a player who has been plagued by injuries and poor play for a couple of years. But this might be the start of another great run of form for Brooks. Catch up on all the details about what has made Koepka the star golfer that he is today here on Golf Xtra. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Now, let's get right into 5 things that you didn't know about Brooks Koepka. 1. He started playing golf after being banned from contact sports for a summer. Though golf might seem like the best fit for Koepka, given his incredible success at the game, it wasn't his first choice. As it turns out, Koepka's first love in terms of a sport was the game of hockey, but a circumstance out of his control changed everything when he was growing up. As he related recently on the popular sports podcast Part of My Take, when I was 10 years old, I was in a car accident going 45 to 50 miles an hour. My brother was in the back seat, and I was in the front as my nanny drove through a red light and T-boned a lady. In the accident, I drilled my face against the dashboard and pretty much broke everything in my face. I couldn't play contact sports for a year, so I was like, I'm done with hockey, so started to take golf seriously and keep playing baseball. After a while, I figured I wasn't very good at baseball, so just kept playing golf. I think that was the right decision, and we bet his nanny doesn't feel quite as bad about that accident anymore after seeing what resulted. For what it's worth, Koepka still loves hockey these days and is a big fan of his hometown team, the Florida Panthers. 2. He was a 3-time All-American golfer at Florida State. After attending Cardinal Newman High School in West Palm Beach, Florida, and excelling on the golf team there, Koepka earned a scholarship to Florida State University. He impressed his coaches with his play, but more than that, he made waves with his confident demeanor. As his FSU golf coach Trey Jones related in an interview, Brooks is a confident guy, but no matter how confident you are, you've got to see it. You can't just say, I'm good, and you're not, and keep believing it. When he won in college, then he won 3 times. He didn't win until his senior year, but he was the ACC Player of the Year as a sophomore in 2010. When he won on the Challenge Tour, he won again. Then he won on the European Tour. Once he had an opportunity, he just kept going up, and up. He hasn't remotely shown any sign of complacency or staying where he's at or going backward. It's been one opportunity after another. As Jones said, it took a few years for Koepka to find the winner's circle in college, but he showed up when it mattered most. This is something that has continued in his professional career, especially in majors. As Jones said about Brooks, I think the big events get his attention. He views them as opportunities. Some people look at things as opportunities to fail, and he looks at them as an opportunity to prove something. He's definitely proven everything he could in the world of golf, but we bet Brooks can still find some motivation deep down. 3. He's one of only 2 players to win 3 or more PGA Championships, Woods and Nicklaus. As we mentioned earlier, his recent win at the PGA Championship at Oak Hill was his 5th major win. But there's another distinction which is even more unique. By winning his 3rd PGA Championship on top of his 2018 win at Bellerive and his 2019 win at Bethpage Black, Koepka became only the 3rd player to win 3 or more PGA Championships. The other 2 players? None other than Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. As Koepka said after his win in 2023, this win is special. Yeah, this is probably the sweetest one of them all because all the hard work that went into this one was definitely special. This one is probably it for me. 4. His brother Chase is also a pro golfer. Brooks isn't the only golfer in his own family. In fact, his younger brother Chase is also a pro, currently plays on the same team with Brooks in Live Golf. However, the two have had pretty different paths to get to that point. Growing up, the 2 players were very competitive, something that was instilled in them by their parents. As Koepka's dad Bob related in a recent interview, I just felt like no one is going to give you anything in this world. You can't just let your kids win. They have to learn how to win. They have to learn how to go out and take it. That's one thing I tried to instill in my kids from a young age. I always thought you have to be mentally tough, and fortunately, Brooks has kind of taken that to a whole new level and is just an extremely focused young man. You might notice that Bob didn't mention Chase in that quote. It's not for lack of his competitiveness. As it turns out, Bob and others thought Chase would be the one winning majors when the 2 were growing up, saying, when they were young kids, many people would have said Chase was going to be the better player. As it turns out, Chase had a difficult career when he first started, struggling to find a foothold on the Challenge Tour. He eventually earned his way onto the European Tour, but never was able to make the move to the PGA Tour. Along the way, he was hounded by questions about his brother, who was seeing great success on the biggest stages. As Chase said, "I'm very proud to be Brooks' brother, but it hasn't always been easy." Now, things have changed between the two. They are both members of the same live golf team, Smash GC. When news broke, Brooks had a characteristic quip about the move, saying to Chase, "I'll finally have to answer questions about you. Brothers will be brothers after all." 5. His great-uncle Dick Groat won an MVP in baseball. Okay, so Brooks might have a pro golfer for a brother, but he has another relative that might even have Brooks himself rivaled in terms of athletic accomplishments. Brooks' great-uncle Dick Groat played over 13 seasons in Major League Baseball, winning 2 World Series with the Pittsburgh Pirates and St. Louis Cardinals, as well as the National League MVP award in 1960. Groat also excelled in his baseball and basketball career at Duke University, being named to the All-American team in both sports. Groat also played basketball professionally for a season before deciding to focus on baseball. Interestingly, a Tiger Woods comparison provides a solid link between Brooks' golf game and his great-uncle's stellar baseball career. Brooksy's just got pure power and he's an athlete. He played other sports and he could have easily been a baseball player. Players like that who come to golf generally hit the ball far because a baseball bat is so much heavier than a golf club. If you're able to generate bat speed, you can definitely generate club head speed in golf. Brooks' great-uncle Dick Groat himself picked up on Woods' comment and expanded on it a little. In an interview shortly after Woods' comments, Groat said, "I never thought of it quite that way, but it makes sense. I was never a home run hitter, but if you're trying to hit Bob Gibson or Sandy Koufax in their 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, you better have some bat speed." Aside from comparisons between the two, Koepka had a big fan and his famous great-uncle Groat continued, "He's a well-built, well-grounded kid who doesn't say much. I root for him like crazy." Unfortunately, Groat passed away only a few weeks ago, but Brooks will no doubt remember his legacy during his own playing career. As Brooks said about his impressive relative, "Our family are big baseball fans, and my boys back home, all they do is talk baseball. When I was growing up, we heard about him. Getting his number retired at Duke and being able to win 2 World Series is pretty impressive. He was some athlete." We think the debate at family reunions will stay intense for some time about who the best athlete in the family was. So, what do you think about Brooks Koepka? Do you think he'll win another major? Be sure to leave us a comment with what you think down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can watch our latest content updates as soon as they drop. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.